Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Dr. Nkechy Ezeh. I am the founder and CEO of Early Learning Neighborhood Collaborative. In our November PN3 Workgroup meeting, we voted to have language access and childcare be added to our goal strategic. So I am here to tell you a little bit about that. And then at the end, there is a feedback form below that you can use to give us, to let us hear your thoughts on that, whether we need to dive in a little deeper into it. We are really counting on you guys to hear it. First, language access. Why do we even want to worry about this? And what does that really mean? Language access is a service that many agencies use to facilitate communication between people who do not speak the same language. All about Grand Rapids is that it's really very diverse. We have so many parents from different areas coming to live here and they are thriving. Well, the issue now is that as more and more of them have their children come to Childcare Center or early childhood program, whatever you call it, we have to make sure that they also have language access, that parents are able to relate to what is going on, know what is going on and all that. I came to I came in contact with this really before COVID, about 5 years ago. We pride ourselves, ELNC, in being culturally competent, but I wasn't ready for that. I remember every year we will send out an annual report. With our annual report, it goes out, it's well received, and people love it. Seeing the images of children with our information and all that. Annual report is like a report card for an organization that issues. A year later, we started doing our annual report in English and Spanish. And then after that, I received some information at the end of our school year that really shocked me. I found out that we have so many of our families that speaks Swahili and Kinyarwanda, and French has now been added to it. I'm like, oh my Lord, what is going on with this? The mother and somebody whose English is my second language, I started thinking, what if I send my children to a program and I don't even know as a parent, I don't know what their mission is. I don't know what their guiding principles are. I don't know what their philosophy is. How would I feel about that? Saying and all those kind of things because English is not my first language or I don't have a good command of it. But how would it really feel if I don't even know anything about the program that I'm sending my? So ELNC, we did what we always do. We wanted to change. Started transcribing and making sure that our annual report have not only English, Spanish, and the predominant third language, which in that case was Kinyarwanda, and later on we added Swahili. So our annual report got thicker and thicker, and it's more costly now for us to produce. Even all our forms, we have transcribed it in all the 4 different languages that our families speak, so that they can understand what is going on. That's where it's coming up right now in our work group, because other agencies also in our meeting reported the high increase of translation fee, and which is not usually covered in most of our funding. So that's why it made it into one of our group. We want to explore this a little bit more and see what is going on. Is it a one-sided thing? Is it a one-year thing? Is it what exactly is going on? We want to use the data to inform our decision. So we want to hear from you guys and say, are you navigating with the whole language access with your family? Because it's very, very important to us that as we continue to do this work, that we use good data to support that. The second thing was childcare. As you know, in Kent County, we have gone up and down. Now, don't get me wrong, we have done a great job in Grand Rapids and even state of Michigan in terms of funding for early childhood. But childcare, as we know, it continues to struggle. We have good amount of funding for GSRP, which is just for 4-year-old children. We have also good amount of money for Head Start and a small amount of money for early Head Start. But we still have a majority of our children attending daycare. What does that really mean? With GSRP, it's 4 days a week, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday for minimum 6 hours a day. That means a parent have to find a before and after childcare for their kids and then they go to GSRP. And then on Friday, they're left on their own because GSRP operates. They use that time for planning. While it's good for the teachers for them to have that Friday off for planning, it's really not good for our parents who have to go to work and they have to figure out where they will send their kids to make sure that they're receiving quality and childcare for their child, and also for them to feel comfortable while they are at work. Another issue is that while we have good funding for what I would say good funding for GSRP and Head Start, you still have a 3-year-old that is not covered. You know, we don't have any public funding for 3-year-olds, so parents are still paying for that. Or in case of ELNC, we're very fortunate we have some foundation money that is covering for that, so that our parents are not paying as much for that or at all. So the issue now that was raised in our November meeting is childcare. We want Kent County to really embrace early childhood education, the whole continuum from birth to age 5. But in real sense, though, childcare covers all those children up to the age of 13. And PN3 being our focus area that we work on, technically, 3rd grade, children who are 8 and 9 years of age are still in 3rd grade or finishing 3rd grade. So childcare is also very important for this age group because parents will drop them off and then have to go to work. So in our group, in a PN3 group, childcare came up in terms of how do we really pay good attention to childcare. What is happening with our children, birth to age 8 and 9 for our group? If we want to include 10, 11, 12, and 13, we do that. But for the purpose of our work group, we are focusing on prenatal work, birth through the age of 9 and 10 years of age. So we're looking at childcare. What does that mean? Why parents are struggling? How can we pay attention to that? That's another area that came up that we wanted to explore. And we are really counting on you guys to give us some good feedback in terms of are you observing how our parents navigating, finding childcare, maintaining childcare. We also want to know what's going on with the GSRP children. Parents struggling with before and after and Friday and all that. And as I mentioned earlier on, we have a feedback form below for you to complete. We're going to use this. You know, KConnect does a great job using data to inform their decision. So we're really counting on you guys to give us good feedback on language access. How are you navigating that? Does your organization have a language access plan? Meaning, what will your teachers do when they are interacting or encountering a child or families that don't have limited English or don't even have any at all to be able to connect and communicate with you? And lastly, that of childcare, how is it working out? Especially if you have a GSRP only program, what are your parents doing for before and after? And then on Friday when your program is good. Thank you so much again. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments and working with our group to use it to make an informed decision. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Nkechy Ezeh. I am the co-chair for PN3 Workgroup. Thank you so much.